welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here with our celebrity tarot card reading. We're going to find out all about Justin Bieber. We're going to find out what's going on as far as him and Hailey Baldwin and finding out everything that we can as far as her father might go. We need to find out if this man is crazy, and we need to find out what's going on with the sister, because there's some things going on. There's some things happening that we just need to do this reading and get it the hell over with, because I can't stop thinking about it. Now, go ahead, hit subscribe. Go ahead, share, like, and follow. Do all of the things that you deem necessary as far as kind of hanging out, waiting. Share, like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you check out all of YouTube's Hangman Tarot. Making sure that you check out the playlist General Love readings for March. And all of your celebrity readings, of course. Okay, let's get into this. We're going to find out about current self. We're going to find out about current energy through Oracle. Anything that might be kind of surrounding this situation. I want to go into his astrology, even though we've probably done this a million times. All right, so he is a sun sign Pisces. His moon sign's a Libra. And then ascending is Scorpio. And we all know who Justin Bieber is. I really don't need to get into this any further. He was born in London, Ontario, Canada, March 1st, 1990. Well, happy birthday. Well, happy birthday. I had no clue. But there you go. There you go. All sorts of reasons why I'm on here. There's some alignment. Okay, 1994 at 9:56 a.m. All right, so again, happy birthday to the Biebs. And hold on. Hello? Hello? Whose? Okay, let me call you right back. Okay, bye. These children won't stop bugging me. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, so apparently the dad put a post up, and it's a cryptic, creepy, weird, pray for the Biebers, except for what are we, is that a drama thing, or is that just because they're in church and it was setting some energy up and setting the tone for himself, and like he was just feeling the vibes off the whole like church day, and he's like, pray for them, yay? Or is this like, pray for them, they're dying? Which is it, sir? Like, you can't just say shit like that and then disappear. And then your daughter pops up going to jail. She went to jail. She went to jail for assault. Okay, this literally just happened. Hailey Baldwin's sister, I don't even know her name, not looking it up at the moment, went to jail not only for assault and fighting, I think, in a public place, but she was swinging, not with her fist, but dirty tampons. Her dirty tampon. I thought about doing this a million times, but I didn't, okay? I didn't do it. That is the biggest difference between me and Hailey Baldwin's sister. I've thought about it. Don't get me wrong. I've thought about it. But no girl has ever not thought about it. So stop lying. Okay, let's get ready. All right. So, Oracle's reading. Beginning, some sort of new beginning, some sort of new start, maybe even coming to an ending. I feel like it's just kind of like something's brewing here, and it's just kind of the beginning of those things. And I feel like it's detachment of some sort of partnership, or dealing with some sort of choice, or making a decision, basing this off of the whole idea of this energy is that it is just kind of starting. So this is just starting as far as like probably something that just ended. But I think it's kind of like, just stirring up a little bit here and there. All right, so we have a little bit of current energy. Let's get really into this, though. Self-current for the Biebsters. We got Five of Wands, Page of Cups. So there's definitely some sort of a conflict. This conflict for me is just lacking. It's just lacking, okay? There's no direction in this chaos or whatever crisis is happening. I feel like there's a fight, and I feel like there's a challenge here, but I feel like it's like the action or the intention behind it has no direction, okay? If it had more direction, it would make more sense. But this don't even make no sense. This is definitely having to do with some sort of passion, celebrating something, or some reason to have willpower enough to get through some sort of life cycle, okay? So basically, could be work, could be, you know, a community he's very passionate about. This could be in the church. This could be, you know, just in his music industry, whatever. Or it could even be, you know, in his passionate relationship. But we're going to find out a little bit more here. Anything influencing this crisis or this situation is somebody who's a little upset, okay? They have a little bit of an emotional block, okay? I feel like there's no signs of kind of the real world in this person's mind, and I feel like they're a little bit repressed when it comes to dealing with emotions, obviously, and they're just not receptive. They're not feeling. Really? I feel like that might be the beeps. I feel like it is. But why? I thought everything was fine. I'm so confused. Okay, again, this is just kind of like bubbling. This just kind of started happening, this new beginning stuff. And the challenge or the crisis, which at one time was, you know, a very passionate situation or whatever this might have been, is just not anymore. Because again, there is no action behind this type of relationship. The energy here is lacking any sort of drive to go forward, okay? The challenge here again is coming up as far as just feeling like this is not where the light needs to be seen specifically. But here we are, okay? And I feel like any action, any courage that could go into this, that is past. That is something that should have already happened, and I just don't think that they're strong enough to kind of work on that or acknowledge that, okay? This, again, could have something to do just with the desire to be in a relationship, just the desire to be around this person. Yeah. Because the passion here is that he has stability within his work or within whatever he loves to do, okay? The idea here is to have that stability, which that's accomplished. There's a large amount of stability and blessing and celebration that really goes into what he does. And there's a lot of adventure, a lot of openness. It's very fluid, back and forth type of thing that we see. And there's always action kind of pittering towards it. It's not like a big drive, but I feel like there's quite a bit. Anything as far as going into avoiding in this situation or in this challenge specifically, it's just trying to not take a leap of faith at this point. Starting a new beginning, that's fine, that's tremendous, but Justin Bieber doesn't want to take any leap of faith at this very moment. That's what he'll want to avoid, to, you know, kind of steer away from this issue even further, to not look silly or stupid. That's also kind of coming up, and obviously, because there is somebody around him who is very, very emotional, and they kind of get out of their, you know, out of their turn when they shouldn't. So this person who is around him, that would make perfect sense. That could be the Baldwin man. I just feel like he's very sharp and he's just delusional, quite frankly. And there's like a rigidness to him too at the same time. It's very weird. He's very weird. There's no signs of the real world, honey. There's no signs. He's a delulu. And that's okay. If you want to be delusional, more power to you. More power to you. Anything to embrace here is just keep moving through this situation and just really adding and keeping that primal energy that he normally has. And I feel like he would be fine, because there could be even a message that comes in about the things that he does as far as his job and whatever he's passionate about. So anything that he would want to put light on or put intention on would be his job. That's all he's working about. That's all he's thinking about. That's all he's going to be doing, is thinking and being consumed by his job, material accomplishment, whatever that might be. Potential here is great, and it always has been. So, I mean, why wouldn't he be putting a lot of energy there? That should always be something that he does. But I do feel like this issue is really brewing. It's been kind of brewing, but I really think it's really getting kind of kicked off because of this Baldwin man. He's just a silly man. He is very silly. Anyway, moving on. So anything that could really support this situation, or this crisis or this challenge, is just almost like he just kind of keeps walking around like he ain't got much help, or he's not going to be able to get past it or get through it. And it's like he has all of the support, all of the safety, all of the financial means to deal with this, okay? Even health stuff kind of keeps coming up here too. So it's almost like there's a security, but it's like there's no experience in kind of doing this by himself, or physically even dealing with his own self. There could even be almost like this laziness, or just feeling like he's just, I'm not experienced enough, so I don't want to do it. I would give a fuck less. I feel as if the common sense here kind of goes out the window when he's thinking about almost like physically being on this plane alone. So dealing with the physical matter in life, it's almost like he's like, well, what if I don't feel good and I'm alone? Or what if I'm sick and I don't, have somebody around? It's weird. And influencing the fact that he is concerned about his physical or his body, or what have you, I do feel like anything really influencing that was some sort of a communication that had come in, something that was very uncomfortable, something that brought in maybe some loss or conflict. Again, it was probably very almost intimidating to have to deal with that kind of conversation or that kind of message. Now, this message could be, talking about anything, all the way from the mind or his actual physical. So something dealing with the mind or the physical. But I do feel like, again, he's got a lot of thoughts going on. He's very scattered as far as this goes. Because even if he were, in a place in his relationship where he wanted to kind of get out, it's like he's terrified, okay? He's physically not able to do what other people might be able to do. There's this laziness, this carelessness that does come across. But again, I only think that he gets in those places because something going on with his health or his mental. So anything really kind of overcastiness is the fact that this had a lot to do with some sort of an addiction. Something that kept him away from, taking care of himself. Something that, kept him away from her even, or maybe just took him away from his music. I really feel like whatever this is, he's still kind of tied to that. I don't know what that is, though, specifically, because they're not really talking about it, okay? I don't get no baby cards on this, okay? Because people be talking about babies on TikTok for them. I didn't see anything about their faces that said, hey, we're pregnant. No, ma'am. And when you get pregnant, you're not like, pray for the Biebers. You're like, yay, congratulations to the Biebers. Not that man. That man has everybody very upset. Very upset. I just don't think it was the smartest thing on the planet to do. And that's okay, because he's a little, in his own place, in his own planet, and that's fine too. But he just needs to not be talking all the time like that. That is weird as hell. Because I've been looking at his stuff, and he is weird. Okay, so again, anything to kind of deal with this, okay, it is definitely something there, that sexual energy, or that fuckboy energy kind of popping up with those, the addictions, or, tying yourself to some sort of trauma. So even like a sexual addiction, or addictions, or being with other people, or whatever it is, he could have been looking at porn for all we know. This man has some sexual desires and needs, but he's not getting them met by her. I can see that here. That has a lot to do with the things that he ties himself to, and it's the devil. Pray for the Biebers, because Justin is the perv. Welcome to your marriage, honeys. Holy shit. I really feel like this could be taken care of. No, I actually don't. I don't feel like it, because I just think I really feel like this Justin Bieber is just kind of in his own thing, and if it feels good to him, then he's going to stay in that. I just don't think it's like a pray to, Jesus moment. And the fact that they're, pushing themselves on church, and it's like, what does, a cheater usually do? Or what does a guy who has done something wrong, what does he usually tend to do when he's trying to make up to the girl? He pretends to write in a journal with glasses on, and pretends he's very, thoughtful the next day. Or he goes to church. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm going to get out of here. My children are going to burn this house down if I do not go deal with whatever I need to deal with. So please enjoy the rest of your tarot readings that you check out. Make sure that you do check them out. Hit subscribe, share, like, and follow. And if you would, please go check out all my social media. And that is all on the YouTube for Hangman Tarot. Again, my name is Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot, and I hope that you enjoyed this Justin Bieber reading, which was very weird. It had a lot of elements in it that I was, not really expecting, but I really wasn't expecting the whole Hailey Baldwin's sister coming out swinging with that, that used menstrual pad or whatever. Okay, goodbye, I'm leaving. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend.